Hello, Jamaica. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for this special day. Over the past 16 years, the Flow Foundation has left an indelible mark across Jamaica. With over hundreds of completed and ongoing projects and multi-million-dollar investments, the Flow Foundation has positively transformed the lives of hundreds of Jamaicans across communities island-wide. From our Internet in Schools program, where over 450 primary schools across Jamaica are provided with free internet and broadband services to support initiatives such as education, health and sport, to youth and community development. The Flow Foundation continues to be a steadfast partner for progress. The Foundation continuously looks for ways to provide the most meaningful impact, and in 2019, we began the process of resetting our strategic focus. Now in 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic has been a major turning point for hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans as we adjusted to living with this new reality brought on by the consequent impact on all sectors and industries, as well as the various safety measures implemented. Now, in the space of a few months, we have all had to significantly shift much of our commerce, our education, entertainment, and other interactions into the digital space at an unprecedented pace. Believe it or not, this is the largest global digital transformation program anybody could ever have imagined to experience. This shift has further highlighted the digital divide in our country, as well as the need for increased digital literacy across our population, and the need to empower others to take advantage of the many potential income-generating opportunities in the digital space. Like many other organizations across the country, the COVID-19 pandemic has led us at the Flow Foundation to further look at what our people, right, and our country most need at this time, and how we can drive the recovery efforts. We remain committed to enabling the progress of all Jamaicans, and so today we are pleased to announce that we are investing 60 million Jamaican dollars in a pilot program focused on enabling progress through digital inclusion. Big numbers, big money, big investment for good reward. Digital literacy and empowering our micro, small, and medium enterprises are two critical drivers of enabling progress at both the individual and community levels, especially during this time. And so, the Flow Foundation, in partnership with the Cable and Wireless Charitable Foundation, will roll out a national development program in support of digital education and entrepreneurship across the country, driving more digital learning and support for MSMEs and anyone interested in starting a business of their own. Even before this pandemic, some persons faced challenges with social and economic progress. For many, the path to financial independence was already difficult for several reasons, including limited education, lack of finances, little or no skills, and so much more. The impact of this COVID-19 pandemic has compounded this many times over. And now, many of our people run the risk of being left behind in this digital economy. Nevertheless, Jamaicans remain steadfast and through creativity and persistence are fighting to push ahead, to secure progress for themselves and their families. But we must be equipped with the requisite knowledge, skills, and tools to thrive in this new normal. Our corporate social responsibility and developmental program is therefore geared at fostering inclusivity through digital training and connectivity to improve employability and entrepreneurial skills. Our program consists of two main pillars. The first is digital training, and we have partnered with some key institutions. Firstly, the Mona School of Business and Management to deliver a comprehensive digital literacy training. Through the Caribbean School of Data and its implementation partners, the Google Foundation and Roots Foundation, we'll be rolling out a Skills for the Future program, which takes Jamaicans from 0 to 100 in digital literacy. From having no knowledge at all of the online space to not only being comfortable, but being able to start a business venture online. The second partner is One-on-One Educational Services, who will help us to deliver a professional certification program to upgrade skills in various industries. We've all heard about the hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans who applied for the government's CARE program. Many of them have been made redundant or are working reduced hours. Our partnership with One-on-One Educational Services will help these individuals to scale up their employability or venture out on their own entrepreneurial path. Under this initiative, participants will have access to over 100 courses from accredited online institutions, which will provide certificates at the end of the program. Underpinning all these initiatives is access to connectivity, which is a key enabler of progress. We know that enabling progress is not just about opportunities available to individuals, but also empowering communities. Our commitment in this space is to connect the underserved and rural communities as we help to bridge the digital divide and further support Jamaica's Vision 2030 initiative of Access for All. Under Pillar 2, supporting MSMEs, the Flow Foundation will further underscore its commitment to support all Jamaicans in their drive to move forward. From grant funding for budding MSMEs and those looking to take their business to the next level, to premier business solutions guaranteed to accelerate your transformation in the digital space. The Flow Foundation will be there to not only jumpstart your business, but help you take it to the next level. We're also focusing on micro enterprises and micro entrepreneurs at the community level, and will provide grants to tailors, to the shoemaker, to the carpenter, to the hairdresser, to the shopkeeper, and many more to help them with their businesses. Later in the year, we'll also support the premier Virtual Entrepreneurship Expo, hosted by the European Union and the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JSIF. Through our Flow Foundation, we're moving to directly impact the lives and livelihoods of ordinary Jamaicans in a more personal and meaningful way, but also to create more resilient communities by bringing them into the online space. We'll be offering Jamaicans an opportunity to improve their lives and financial status by providing support to enable them to succeed during this pandemic and beyond. By providing training, certification, funding, and access to support agencies, our Flow Foundation is giving Jamaicans an opportunity to progress and to secure a better life for themselves and their families. Over the next 12 months, scores of micro-enterprises will receive funding towards expansion and digitization of their businesses. Thousands of Jamaicans will be trained and certified in a multiplicity of skilled areas that will unlock a world of progress for themselves, their families, and their communities. This is a program for persons who want to improve their knowledge of computers, digital skills, and using and navigating the internet, building a new business online, or enhancing their already established businesses, and persons who are unable to capitalize on potential economic opportunities that are internet or web-based. As the country manager for Flow Jamaica, our country's longest serving communications and entertainment provider, and the largest network in the land, I am especially proud to announce this program, $60 million in these hard times. We have executed a variety of digital education initiatives over the years, but these times call for a focused and amplified response and investments to ensure that no Jamaican is left behind and that our people feel empowered and supported as they learn to not only adapt, but to thrive in these times. We're here with you, Jamaica, as we have been over many decades. We are a resilient, creative, and passionate people. And as we've done before in times of adversity, we will get through this together. Stay tuned for further details. Thank you very much.
Greetings, everyone. Let me just start by thanking the Flow Foundation for conceptualizing this initiative, appropriately tagged as enabling progress through digital inclusion. We are delighted to be able to situate our Caribbean School of Data program as one of the pillars for the Flow Skills for the Future component of the program. I think it would be fair to say, and I say it without fear of contradiction, that COVID-19 is probably as big an adversity as any of us have experienced in our lifetimes. It has forced the curtailment of traditional social and business practices and behaviors. Physical movement and interactions are severely constrained by the rules of social distancing. And the traditional physical spaces where we work, where we learn, where we play, have all of a sudden become highly restricted. So this has amplified the urgency of digital transformation at every level, in the public sector, in the private sector, in industry sectors like agriculture, tourism, and of course education. We have to be actively thinking about how to exploit digital to continue the business of these sectors. Well, let's be clear. The urgency of our responses to digital transformation is a reality that was already upon us. COVID has merely served to amplify that urgency. So there can be no illusion that we're in a digital economy where digital is rapidly becoming the dominant mode of interaction for commercial, for social, and economic activity. So the Caribbean School of Data is an initiative that was born out of the idea and research and development that ourselves at the Mona School of Business and Management and our partners across the region have been doing to understand and to develop mechanisms for how we can address digital literacy at scale. It actually grew out of a program that we had in Haiti a year and a half ago. Quite interesting program where we engaged 3 cohorts of 300 young women to equip them with digital literacy skills so that they can participate in the online world of work. And so much of the genesis of the Caribbean School of Data and the learning models and the training programs grew out of that experience. And when we speak about digital literacy, it's important to understand that we're really not just referring to the ability to use computers simply, or the ability to engage in social media. We look at digital literacy as a bundle of competencies that range from understanding information and data and how to utilize those, being able to communicate and collaborate using digital tools in the digital space, problem solving, critical thinking, content creation, as well as understanding how to be secure in the digital space and how to be a good digital citizen. So there are a range of competencies that we believe are critical to being digitally literate. And those are the kinds of competencies that went into the design of the curriculum that underpins the Caribbean School of Data program. The other thing that I would say is quite important about how we're approaching this is that we fundamentally believe that it is absolutely important not just to do training for training's sake and for people to just walk away with a skill. We believe that training is a means to an end, and hence our big mantra for the Caribbean School of Data is about increasing employability and economic opportunities for at-risk youth across the Caribbean through digital literacy and data skills. In that regard, we find the Caribbean School of Data program resonates very well with the campaign that the Flow Foundation has designed, where we're absolutely thrilled that the CSOD will be part of the component that speaks to future skills for young people. And yeah, we're delighted to be a part of this, and we're looking forward to the collaboration and the engagement with Flow, the Flow Foundation and other strategic partners so that we can impact many of our young people over the next year through this program. So, looking forward to it, delighted to be here, and thank you for listening.
Very happy to have been selected as a partner for this initiative. You know, the Flow family, we've been a part of One-on-One for the past 7 years, where we've worked together to really bring learning opportunities online to so many families, not only in Jamaica, but the entire Caribbean. Over the past 3 months since COVID, we have served over 200,000 students. 100,000 of them are right here in Jamaica, keeping them in school, giving them access to digital education. And we didn't start just now. We started this process a few years ago. And thankfully, we can now use what we've done to enable progress, enable those students to stay in school. But we're going a step further. Through this partnership, we're very happy to announce that we are now catering for many students, lifelong learners, persons who are adults who are working, the security guard. We're catering to all of them by providing opportunities for them to get certified online in something, right? And I say something because whether you are a security guard, whether you work at a hospital, whether you are in some sort of bauxite or mining, we will be making courses available for you that you can access on demand at your own convenience. I'm very happy to be a part of this. You know, the workforce in Jamaica at last calculation sits at about 1.5 million people. We have 3 million people here, 1.5 in our workforce. And you know, let's define our workforce as those persons being above age 16, willing and able to work, and also are actively seeking jobs. 1.5 million people. 20% of that 1.5 number does not have any training beyond high school. that's a crisis. I'm very happy that what we're doing here today will go towards solving that problem. The problem where over 1.2 million people within our workforce are considered underskilled. That's problem number one. Problem number two that we're solving is not only focusing on those who are underskilled, but those persons whose jobs would have been, let's say, impacted by COVID. We're talking about people who are in contact-based industries who have had to shift from those industries to other jobs that they may not be prepared to do. We want those persons to get upskilled quickly. And while you can watch your YouTube videos and so on and catch up on things, that's great, awesome, I like that. But we also want to give you something tangible, want to give you a certificate of completion to say that you've done the work and you're now skilled to take on that new challenge in this new normal. We want to empower you, we want to enable progress in you for yourself, your family, and by extension, our society. Number three, we want to bring learning opportunities to those persons who would have otherwise not been involved in the process. We're talking about persons in remote communities who will tell you that, boy, I don't want to leave home today because the bus fare too much, or it's too far, or a town, everything there. That's where, I grew up in Trelawney, so, that's what we would say, a town, the training school there. But the point is, we want to get to those persons. We want to get them a part of the training. And so through this partnership with Flow Foundation, One-on-One and Flow, again at it, we've done several great things before, but I'm just very excited about this because the impact that this will have will put our economy, or will aid in putting our economy on the right track to recovering and to combat this COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, very happy to be a part of this. One-on-One believes in online education, and we want to do it effectively. Take advantage of this opportunity. Don't let it pass. Whether it is you have to go to your neighbor to use the internet or you have to use the mobile phone, take advantage of it. Because one of the best ways of social mobility that you can think of is education. And with that, you can become anything that you want. Thank you very much.